So you guys must know that technology has been moving rapidly for quite some time, especially the sector of bionics, in which scientists were able to recreate the ever-so-complicated body parts with the help of science and advanced robotics. But still, it is pretty surprising that we can conquer thousands of years of evolution with the help of machines, gears, sensors, and all the fancy stuff. And yes, it might not be perfect, but what has come out of this is the ability for people to see, walk, run, and feel what they could never get. So, in that vein, today we'll take a look at several similarly breakthrough bionic robots, analyze them in depth, and reveal some pricing. But before that, hey everyone, welcome to AI Future Life, a perfect channel for everything about the innovation in AI. Hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. And with that being said, let's begin. So, first and foremost, let's define a bionic robot, since I've seen people get it incorrect all the time. As they say, every prosthetic is a bionic robot, which isn't always accurate. Because bionics is the study of creating artificial systems with some of the properties of live systems. Hence, as now we know this, let's see what mythical things humans were able to make. First, let's learn about the Eci Bionic Eye, developed by Second Vision and Pixum Vision. According to experts, they have created a bionic human-compatible eyeball with approximately 50 times the number of sensing nanowires as there are optic cells in the human retina. Even the researchers believe the final result will be able to see farther and in more detail than the human eye, with the potential to restore or even surpass healthy normal vision, including seeing in the dark. This study was published in Nature in a new publication in which the scientists described the problems of biomimetic vision. They'd explained that a very broad field of view, excellent resolution, and sensitivity with low aberration are necessary for any replica eye, but the spherical shape and low aberration are not. And based on estimates, around $150,000 minus the expense of the implantation procedure and training to learn how to utilize the gadget. Moving on to the second, the Bionic Nerve, developed by the University of Manchester, which can regenerate injured limbs and organs. As a result, the researchers have converted adipose tissue stem cells into nerve cells and are currently working on developing an artificial nerve that would restore wounded limbs and organs to life. Further, Dr. Paul Kingham and his team at the UK Centre for Tissue Regeneration extracted stem cells from adult animal adipose tissue and differentiated them into nerve cells to be utilized for the repair and regeneration of damaged neurons in a work published in the October edition of Experimental Neurology. And they are ready to begin an experiment in which they will harvest stem cells from adipose tissue of adult volunteers to compare laboratory results. When it comes to costs, the operation is still in its early stages, so placing a price on it is not conceivable. And if you are lucky enough, you can experience this technology for free, albeit with some side effects as volunteers. For the third option, we have artificial pancreas from Medtronic Tandem and Omnipod, which can administer insulin throughout your body automatically. Although it looks to be a single gadget that may be inserted into your body, we are not there yet. Researchers have spent decades connecting numerous diabetic gadgets with a combination of cables and wireless technologies to construct a system that can imitate what a healthy pancreas does, check glucose levels, and give insulin as required. And currently, an aid system consists mostly of an insulin pump linked to a continuous glucose monitor CGM. The monitor is controlled by a receiver, which employs complex software algorithms to keep everything running smoothly. So, the goal is to automate blood glucose monitoring and control as much as possible. These systems are at different stages of development, ranging from clinical trials to early commercial devices to those hacked by tech-savvy do-it-yourselfers who don't want to wait for FDA-approved products. So, incredible advancements are being achieved, and it appears that new organizations and firms are forming to work on this exciting improvement in diabetes technology. Furthermore, the full retail price for one of the items that use this technology, the Medtronic 670G system, is between $7,000 and $8,000. However, with insurance coverage, most patients spend slightly over $1,000 to join the system, and then they must pay separately for pump and CGM supplies continually. The CGM transmitter costs $699 a year, and sensors range from $50 to $75, depending on the kind. For the fourth, IBM introduces Hypertaste, an electronic AI-assisted tongue inspired by how people taste things. because the e-tongue is intended for applications where people may not wish to sample the suspected item, such as water quality, detecting counterfeit wines or spirits, or on a production level using raw materials. Certainly handy, but at a high price tag of at least $18,000 per device. However, it is still a worthwhile investment. Coming to fifth, clinic-led Bionic Limbs developed a neurorobotic prosthetic arm for patients with upper limb amputations that allows them to think, behave, and operate more like a person without amputations. Furthermore, the researchers created a bionic system that integrates three critical functions: intuitive motor control, touch and grip kinesthesia, and the intuitive experience of opening and closing the hand. The University of Alberta and the University of New Brunswick were among the collaborators. However, if purchased without insurance, this might cost you $10,000 to $20,000. Let's put Smart Knee for the sixth. So, the Harvester, designed by Wathic Ibrahim, would be powered by triboelectric energy. Triboelectricity manifests itself as small-scale static electricity caused by friction, such as when hair brushes against a balloon and the balloon adheres to a wall. The more the number of times two items are brought together and separated, the stronger the triboelectric effect. Fortunately, knees do just that with every movement. The researchers projected that the smart implant would require 4.6 microwatts of energy to operate. Fortunately, a typical stroll produces only 6 microwatts. It's not much, but it's more than enough for a triboelectric harvester. On Bionics for everyone's table of prices for microprocessor knees, the most affordable device listed is Ottobox Kenovo at $25,000 to $35,000. But this lead costs between $40K and $50K, and its highest-end device carries a six-figure price tag. In seventh place, let me introduce you to Portable Kidney, the Kidney Project's implantable bioartificial kidney that promises to free kidney disease patients from dialysis machines and transplant waiting lists, which even received a $650,000 prize from KidneyX for its first-ever demonstration of a functional prototype of its implantable artificial kidney. And if you are not up to the lingo, KidneyX is a public-private collaboration established by the United States Department of Health and Human Services (HHS) and the American Society of Nephrology (ASN) to accelerate innovation in the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of kidney illnesses. So, it's kind of a big deal. The Kidney Project, a nationwide collaborative project led by Shuvo Roy, PhD of UC San Francisco, and William Fissell, MD of Vanderbilt University Medical Center, successfully implanted the smartphone-sized device for preclinical evaluation after combining the two essential parts of its artificial kidney, the hemofilter and the bioreactor. The scientists developed the artificial kidney to support a culture of human kidney cells indefinitely without eliciting an immunological response, Roy explained. Now that we've shown the possibility of merging the hemofilter and bioreactor, we can concentrate on scaling up the technology for more rigorous preclinical testing and eventually clinical trials. And Roy even estimates that developing the artificial kidney and putting it through its first clinical trial will cost around $20 million, so it won't be cheap. For 8, what about artificial cells in 4 bodies to grow what is missing? Sounds like sci-fi, isn't it? However, the concept of combining artificial components with biological bodies to produce an improved person isn't new, as we all know the Borg from the Star Trek series and Cyborg from DC Comics. What you probably don't realize is that bionic entities exist at the cellular level as well. And now, a team of Imperial College London researchers has created an artificial cell by encasing biological cells in artificial casings. The created beings demonstrated the ability to digest toxins, utilizing onboard enzymes, while insulating themselves from the harmful surroundings using mechanical casings. According to the team of Penn State biomedical engineers, they can be easily created with low-cost artificial cells made by microprinting, which could print you a whole tissue for about $100 and might one day be used as medication in gene delivery devices, as well as in biomaterials, biotechnology, and biosensing applications. These artificial cells will also allow researchers to investigate what happens at the cell membrane. For the 9th, I kept a special one for our old viewers who wants to feel young again. So, here's the bionic pennies, which may seem like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's a well-known medical notion. It is also known as a prosthetic pennies or penile implant, is a device that aids men suffering from erectile dysfunction. It is implanted within the pennies to help a man get an erection and recover sexual function. In rare situations, the device is so large that a complete penis is constructed around it. This is accomplished by a procedure known as phalloplasty. Consequently, you don't have to estimate the price for this one, because surgeons have previously built a penis for Andrew Wardle, who was born without the organ and was able to regain his manhood using skin from his arm and nerves from his legs. And although it was paid by the NHS, the 10-hour procedure cost roughly $55,000. Finally, number 10 is brain prosthetics, which allow patients with arm amputations to feel touch sensations in a mind-controlled arm prosthesis that they use in everyday life for the first time. Further, this research was published in the New England Journal of Medicine reports on 3 Swedish patients who have lived with this new technology for several years, which became one of the world's most integrated human-machine interfaces. It is directly connected to the nerves, muscles, and bones of a human. Additionally, it is mind-controlled and produces sensations that the user perceives as emanating from the missing hand. It is also self-contained, with all necessary electronics included within the prosthesis, so patients do not need to transport additional equipment or batteries. So, in the long term, it is safe and stable, and patients have utilized the technology without interruption throughout their daily activities, without monitoring from researchers, and it is not limited to constrained or regulated situations. Their true limb device costs less than $8,000, and it is even less expensive for children, costing roughly $4,000. But the brain implant might just cost you from $20,000 to somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000. However, the sensation of feeling just makes it worth it, even for this price. These are some amazing technologies that are currently transforming our world as we know it. And it appears that a full bionic suit is on its way, and you can be sure that we will cover it when it arrives. And that's all for this video. Hope you have enjoyed watching it. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for such interesting topics. We'll catch you in the next video. Until then, peace.